Previously on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Weapon and armor retirement is happening for 2 reasons and 2 reasons alone. And here we get to the point in the shape of the tooth. 1, so Bungie can, in future content, try to incentivize people to buy and play new content by offering them a Spare Rations 2.0, or a Beloved 2.0, or a Mindbenders 2.0. We know this is reality because it's what Bungie has been doing for the better part of half a decade. Whether it's directly doing it, like with the introduction of Dire Promise 2.0 this season, or whether it's a reskin, like in Destiny 1, going from Fellwinter's Lie to Matador 64, virtually identical weapons that fit the exact same role with just a palette swap and a name change, or if it's a one-to-one reintroduction, like with Exotics. In the months to come, your quest to become more powerful will have more avenues that lead to satisfaction. The last thing we wanted was for you to look at your favorite guns or helmet and decide that it has become obsolete. Since the reveal, we've read a lot of ideas for how this could have been done better. Your feedback is clear. The time that you have invested in your stuff should be respected.
So that was a fucking lie.
We want you to more frequently earn and enjoy more powerful and standout gear. It's a great, wonderful, admirable goal. However, history has shown from even the days of Destiny 1 that that's not really what's going to happen. Don't take my word for it, let's just look at the facts, let's look at the history. Gear retirement is nothing new to the Destiny franchise. It happened between Destiny 1 Year 1 and Taken King, it happened between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, it happened between Destiny 2 and Forsaken, and, to a lesser extent, between Forsaken and Shadowkeep. Clearly, gear retirement is nothing new to the franchise. In fact, one of the largest community complaints for the life cycle of Destiny 2 has been around the sheer amount of content that was retired in the move from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2 being brought forward, recycled, reskinned, and resold to us. Something that Bungie has already stated that they're going to do after they retire the current gear, and something they've already been doing with Year 1 weapons and gear. For example, in Season of the Worthy, there was 25 weapons that were added to the game. 8 were brand new, 8 were brought forward from Destiny 1, so the overwhelming majority of content introduced in Season of the Worthy was reintroduced from either Destiny 1 or Destiny 2. Hi all, we're aware of the strong desire from players for Pursuit weapons to return for Vanguard, Crucible, and Gambit. Speaking with the team, they are candidates for future weapon allocations in future seasons. Note, can't make any promises yet. It's a tricky balancing act, as Pursuit weapons could come at the cost of general reward allocations for alternate activities, legendary weapons for trials as an example. We'll be sure to let you know our future plans when we have more information.
We can't do this anymore. This is just too much. This is too hard for us to do. The tools that we work with are really hard to deal with. It's hard for us to make this much content. It's just hard making content in general.
And what was the answer to this issue of content creation? Well, starting in Season 12, they're adding a new Pursuit weapon each season. 1 Pursuit weapon. This weapon will be earned by playing your preferred core playlist. This weapon will have activity-specific legendary skins that can be unlocked in each playlist.
And now, the conclusion.
Who are you? Don't you recognize us? We are not your friend. We are not your enemy. We are your salvation.
Okay, wow, that was a bit of a long previously on Joker's Always Right meme, but it was kind of like one of those previously ons that play during a season finale of a show where everything that has led up to this point comes to fruition, and the viewer is reminded of the important plot points. The important plot point here being,
do the thing.
I am Nostradamus, the voice of God.
That said, it could have been about a minute longer. I actually edited down the VA from the original videos that I sourced all that from, just to, not make it take more time than it needed. Because, well, I had this idea for a thing, and then doing the thing, the actuality of the thing, it was a little more than I planned on it being. So, but I was already committed. And mama didn't raise no quitter. But jokes and memes aside, welcome back ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages. I, of course, am your host with the most, the wickedest Joker in all the land. Back again, once again, and today, people, today, we're talking about sunsetting. Again. I don't think that there's been a single idea so universally reviled by the Destiny community, and just to watch Bungie go, we're gonna fucking do it anyways. It's just, wow. So much for we're listening. Well, you know what, to be fair, just because you're listening doesn't mean you're hearing or comprehending or understanding. Listening, after all, is just the act of taking sound into your ears. So, what you're listening to, I have no fucking clue, but it definitely isn't the Destiny community. But hey, whose details and why are we fucking them? So in the most recent This Week at Bungie unveiled the new Pinnacle weapon for Season 12, Adored, which is just a cold beloved who decided to steal a scarf and wrap it around their neck as they peruse around Europa. I guess you could say it didn't want to stay frosty. Now, of course, when you laugh at this blatant reissuing of a weapon, fanboys are quick to point out,
"But Joker, most Pinnacle weapons are reskins."
Yeah, but you're kinda missing the point. One, just because something has been done a certain way doesn't automatically mean it's the right way to do it. Second, that is like the most missing the forest for the tree response ever. See, there is a large difference between taking a random blue or green model, a model of a weapon that you don't see used, giving it a new paint job, some new perks, and making that model relevant as a weapon. Is it ideal? No, these are Pinnacle weapons. Weapons, after all, that take a lot of time and investment to acquire. They should be unique. However, as bad as the reuse and reskinning of old Destiny 1 weapons or blues and greens can be, Adored is far worse. According to Destiny Tracker, Beloved is the second most used sniper rifle in Destiny next to Revoker, and would likely be the most used sniper if Revoker didn't break the ammo economy. It's kind of hard beating getting rewarded for missing your shots. Adored isn't just a reskin of Beloved, it's Beloved. They just put a scarf on it and changed the name. A name that still follows the Beloved naming convention. See, you had LDR or long distance relationship in Destiny 1, then you had Beloved in Destiny 2, and now you have Adored. On top of that, one must ask, what the fuck is the point of sunsetting weapons if Bungie's just gonna reissue them? It's absolutely insane that anyone can try to justify sunsetting weapons by screeching,
"But Joker, if they don't sunset weapons, power creep and stagnation will happen."
All while Bungie is simultaneously sunsetting and reintroducing weapons like Gnawing Hunger, weapons with no new perks, just the capability of reaching higher light levels. And while sunsetting and reintroducing weapons might stop power creep in the short term, it is only a band-aid that will eventually give way to stagnation. I mean, realistically, how many times can Bungie sunset and then reissue weapons again and again and again before it gets boring to grind them out? That just comes off as unrewarding and unsatisfying. To have something that you work so hard for taken away, only then so you can go and work for that exact same thing again. Seems like a super repetitive loot hamster wheel. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below. Remember to like, but only if you did, subscribe for more, and feel free to donate to my Patreon if you're feeling particularly generous. But above all else, stay frosty.